Earlier than I was at the last one.
3 minutes past 5. Call the meeting to order. Okay, first thing on the agenda is to approve the minutes of January 21st. I had a couple of changes. In the first paragraph, when we're talking to the Driscoll Engineering. However, Mr. Kruger stated that if he does plan on selling it, he will have to cut off service and make them separate lots. If he's going to make it a separate lot, he'll have to pay for an individual new service for the subdivided lot. He's going to have to pay and put a whole new service in there for that one.
Is this the one that you sent me back after? Wouldn't you? Okay.
Yeah, if you read that, wasn't the way we stated. We told him he was going to have to.
Yeah, because we told him he'd have to do it because the water service was going on right through that detention pond. It was gonna.
Right,
So we were telling him he has to do it now, not.
Right, and he has to make a separate service. If he subdivides that lot out, he's got to put a whole new service in from the street.
Yeah.
But that isn't the way that read.
We sent them a registered letter.
So he's got to pay the fee and pay Wayne to put the service over to the edge of the road. Then the other one I saw in here was, let's see, on the second page, about 4 lines down, Mr. Kruger then said that the service tie-ins for the domestic water we collect 1 inch. Get rid of the 1 inch. The tie-in fees that we collect for domestic water. You could say, get rid of we collect. We should be used toward building and engineering of a new well. Okay?
Yep.
And then a little further down, Mr. Golder stated that in the paragraph, in the sentence before that, Mr. Kruger stated that if we generate any more surplus outside of that, he would like to pay down the interest on the 1 million gallon tank, which Mr. Golder stated we could not pay that down on the tank. We could pay it down on the painting of the Spring Street tank. On that one, because that's a different type of bond or something. So I just changed that. He stated we could not pay the tank down early.
You could pay down the interest on the painting of the Spring Street.
But the painting of the tank could be paid down early.
Okay, I'll just take it on the tank.
Okay, and then you spelled my name wrong there.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Oops.
But right in that same paragraph, if we raise the basic charge $20, that's $5 per customer per year?
$5
Per
per quarter.
Yeah, it says per year.
Oh, okay.
Per quarter.
Yeah, per quarter. So, do you want me to sign this and you change it? Just change it later, or what do you want to do?
I don't know if you're gonna sign it, it's gotta be correct.
Yeah.
Hmm?
I can make the changes on it. First, and then I'll sign it.
Well, we could start the discussion on, we already signed the warrants and we signed the abatements. I guess Wayne could talk to us about, and you could just listen what Wayne has to say about the Plain Street
Yeah,
daycare.
He was supposed to be here.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Come here.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about it.
Well, they're proposed, I can't, so she's been updating the map, so I can't bring up our map. I have a nice paper thing, but up on Plain Street, in Brockton, there used to be the Sons of Italy or something. It burnt down and nobody ever went back in there. But on the West Bridgewater side, there's a road, there's somewhat of a street that goes in but stops, that connects to that property.
Yep,
So he's looking to build in there a daycare. He kept flipping between houses, daycare and something else, but then he ended up on daycare. Because I think his wife already owns a daycare
On
in
Coleman
West
Street.
Bridgewater. Yeah. So I was just bringing him in so that you could tell him what he'd have to go through for a tie-in up there.
now, that field, is he gonna build in the Sunset
So I don't
Park
think he's
field?
gonna be all in West Bridgewater with this building.
He is?
He isn't.
Oh, he is, yeah, because that field is actually, a lot of it's in Brockton.
Yeah, there's Brockton, East Bridgewater, and us, West Bridgewater.
Yeah,
For some reason, I don't know why he's not coming in from the Brockton side.
so where are we gonna get the tax dollars on the driveway?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, well,
Just table it until he decides to come in.
Yeah, because there's nothing, I mean,
Is it gonna-
basically I told them that
Did
we
you ever
already
play
had a
Little
40B
League?
try up there and they went, we haven't heard nothing out of him after his fire flow test and
Who's that?
is it Adams?
the guy
Yeah,
on
the guy that
Plain
was
Street.
The
Yeah.
40B that wants to go in the
Oh,
apartment
Fred
buildings.
Adams, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of went away. So I don't know what happened there, but I warned him that he had problems with low flow and low pressure. That he might have to have an extensive fire flow system built.
So this daycare's looking for water from us?
Yes,
What do we have up?
a 6-inch cast iron main.
Oh, we do? At that
Yeah.
dead end street?
Yeah, dead ends pretty much right about where he's just a little past.
They'll
where
have
he's gonna tie
water, they'll have water quality complaints up there.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
want
that's
that
the
in.
one where the bleeder, I don't know, the highway plugged something, but they didn't, I don't know where the bleeder dumps, but it can rain like heck up there, and it doesn't pour out onto that guy's septic system, but the minute we open that bleeder, and we can see it hitting that manhole up there, it dumps into his, it funnels out into his septic system.
Which one? There was somebody on Plain Street, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it on the other side of Plain Street?
Yes.
Yep,
So
the
I don't
opposite
know
side of the
how-
road.
I don't know how that happens, but they didn't plug up whatever, and so we can't ever open that bleeder up because within a couple of hours, it's pouring out onto his thing.
I think that what they used to be before they built that subdivision, there used to be a pipe that went from Plain Street through into the woods.
Right.
And when they built the subdivision, they must have cut it off, buried it, plugged it up, something like that, because now when we turn on, it never used to do that. You turn on the blow off, it used to just drain down the drain and used to disappear.
Makes no
Now,
sense if it doesn't.
it goes
do
in the
when it
guy's
rains,
septic
though.
system.
Yeah, I don't get it,
I don't get it either.
because he never says nothing about when it rains out, and we've gone up there and haven't seen it. The only thing I can do is maybe this summer, after we have a heavy rain, go up there and open the bleeder, and then see if I can get it to happen, and then dig down and find the pipe, because you can see it start to come up out of the ground and run right towards the septic system.
This must be the gentleman we're looking for.
515?
The bleeder is not
Yeah, okay. Somebody took your 515, come on down and sit down.
like 7 gallons a minute.
Yeah, it's not.
You
like
hear
it
about
lasts
the,
like
daycare?
a
Right.
washable line.
Yeah.
No,
The property on Plain Street?
It ends
Yep.
up on his, right onto his tanks.
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing? How you doing?
Good.
How you doing? Hi. So, I guess I'm looking at that property on Plain Street, the West Bridgewater side, and, considering putting a daycare in, and a question I have was the domestic, and if, what I would need, or if it's available for tapping onto it for fire.
Do you have can you bring it up here?
I can't, that's because she's been moving things around, and I just I got a big blank screen, and she took all of my files off the computer, so I couldn't reattach the links. I can bring up Google Earth, but it's heavily treed, you're not gonna,
Most
I mean, the only thing you can see is that, I mean, I can print a photocopy of them, but basically his piece of property that's the entranceway right there.
Yep.
I mean,
There's a 6-inch cast iron in here that dead ends at the line.
Yep.
Is the baseball field all grown in with trees and stuff now?
Yeah, looks like there's a blank spot, when I look at Google Earth, there's like,
I walked the property. I'm not that familiar with how it was set up but it was a baseball field on the East Bridgewater, I mean, the West Bridgewater side.
I don't know where the town line was, I used to play Little League there.
So it looked like there was an outfield, like a fence.
Yeah, it's right there. You see
So
it?
is that, okay, so
Yeah.
that's.
This
yeah.
was home plate here,
Yeah.
and this was
That
the,
dugout's here,
yep, and the dugout was over here,
Yeah.
right here.
because I could see
Against
that was
house.
like a cinder block indentation in the ground. And then, so it's this parcel here, it's this back here and that over there.
So, now, so this is all West Bridgewater then?
Yeah, this whole
Oh,
thing all the
yeah.
way through here.
Okay, so that's where you'd be building?
Yeah, so we don't have any plans, no site work or any, no engineering. But we're looking at the area thinking that, visually, a parking lot, building, play area back here, and then retainage, water retainage, things like that, off to the sides. So we have a place in Hanson now, and we probably would want to go with the same square footage, which is about 12,000 square feet.
Single story, is that?
It's a single story with a basement and an attic. So we'd probably want to do a similar footprint to that. And they,
Is there water service already in there?
over here,
Yeah.
from Brockton, I think there's a Brockton, where the clubhouse used to be. Half of it was on Brockton, half of it was on West Bridgewater.
I don't remember how we used to get water there.
You can kind of see it here. So that's West Bridgewater here, that's the line that comes through. This is East Bridgewater Lake, and you would come in on Waverly Street here. So that loop of Waverly Street, so you used to enter from here, come through, and that parking lot was there. And I guess there was a clubhouse or some kind of meeting house there. And it runs through, the line runs through that area. So this is East Bridgewater, this line here, goes straight through.
Yeah.
So that's that back end property here of West Bridgewater.
Right here.
Yeah, and then the front is up here, and that triangle is over here, that triangle.
So where's Plain Street on this?
Plain Street is over here,
Okay, it's further up
yeah,
there.
this way. There's nothing there now, I guess that burnt down. This building.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a while ago, yeah. And a church was.
When we used to come in, we used to park in that driveway like.
Yeah, there's like it looks like an oversized driveway, but
Yeah,
it's probably not.
No,
It was-
it's not.
It was big.
It's 40 feet,
Yeah.
so that's the entranceway.
The road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the road.
So for West Bridgewater, they're gonna let you build in there with the frontage?
Yes, they're gonna take 40 feet and then either sides, which gives me the frontage I need. Building inspector said.
Wayne, what side is the main on? It's on that side, isn't it?
It is on that side.
Won't be too bad. The water quality, that's a dead end right up there on the town line. Water quality
I don't
is
know, yeah, I mean, does it just stop?
yeah,
Yeah.
just dead stop.
So I own this right here, 74.
Okay.
I know when this was built, I believe this building has fire sprinklers in it now.
Yeah, they just have like a domestic one. I don't know.
It is?
Yeah.
So it's just like a single floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just used a 1-inch line and.
It's one of those probably
Yeah.
residential type, not a
What they did
commercial
over
type.
there by Brockton, those houses.
Pearl
those big
Road,
full
yeah, and the
houses,
farms.
Yeah, if you tapped it, you only have a 6-inch main, you're tapping with probably a 4-inch, so you gotta be almost the size of the main when you bring a sprinkler. I would imagine, but,
It would have to be at least 4-inch.
yeah.
I would think you'd run the 6-inch right in, wouldn't
Could you put a T on that and just run 6-inch
Yeah, we
down?
might not have enough water to get, to supply the systems.
Yeah, that's when you
Down
get into
all the
your
way down to
5 flow
that end.
test.
Right, yeah. That's 6-inch almost all the way up here to this street here, all the way to Plain Street.
Right.
So if you need, it depends on what you are gonna require for gallons per minute for that building. and you have to do a fire flow down there at the end of that hydrant down there. You know, they'll take the pressures on the hydrant that's just right here to see how far you drop that when you open that one
There
up.
was a test done, because again, that there was a church that wanted to build in the 9 acres that's there.
Yeah.
They did a flow test there, I have it here, but you can't really.
Did they open ours or Brockton's?
Oh, I believe, so they did a test on both Rockland and West Bridgewater.
No wonder you got dirty water on.
I mean, it was a while ago when they did it. So that's kind of a picture of it.
You know, Brockton's has good flow. Ours.
We're just way out the end of that line there.
But it was done years ago, I'm not sure if that would have changed at all.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to do a new one. Find out what you need for flows
Yeah,
for
because
the
they won't
side
be
of
able
the
to
building
design
you
the
have.
sprinkler system until they have that data.
You have to make sure that you got enough water out there to do what you want to do before.
I mean, is there any way that, that you would be able to put some kind of a pump system into that? Or is that all a part of the engineering portion of it?
Yeah, that's all yours.
That'd be
Yeah,
part
the
of the
town
design,
would-
your sprinkler system.
The town wouldn't put a pump system there.
No,
for
no,
us.
I would
You'd-
have to.
You'd have to have something that would have enough storage to
So you have
make
to-
it so you can
Tank,
pull
yeah.
it without crashing the system.
You have one of these buildings already, right?
Yeah,
And did you have it engineered and everything?
yeah.
So why don't you speak to the engineer and see how many gallons per minute, you have sprinkler in it?
Oh, yeah, it's all full.
Well,
We
find
just did
out-
it last year.
Yeah,
Okay, so that building, find out how many gallons per minute you need to meet the fire code, you know, for a sprinkler system, 300 gallons a minute, 200 gallons a minute. Then do a pressure, a flow test
Flow test, right?
out there and see if you have it. If you don't have it, the engineers will have to figure out, you know, what's gotta be done.
I talked to somebody who said there may be a potential to go with groundwater, where you could drill for a well to support that, separate that.
You'll never get enough. The well would cost you more than,
It's
What it's
costing us
worth.
about $800,000 to replace a well.
yeah.
Just for, I mean, it's a 15 or 10,000 square foot building, so,
Yeah, but you have to deluge, so you have to have the backup when the thing goes off. If every head went off, it has to supply enough water for every head. If every head is getting a gallon a minute and you have 50 heads, well, that's 50 gallons a minute.
You'd have to.
You know, they have to
tank or
engineer the
something.
system, right, so they'd have to build a tank big enough to support, and I don't know what they determine, whether it's an hour or 2 hours runtime.
depends on the building.
Yeah, the engineers do it, and it's based on who's in it, you know, whether it's real flammable stuff, people, or.
yeah,
you know.
right, steel
So,
studs.
yeah, you're storing
drywall.
cement blocks, you know, it depends what it is.
Yeah, right.
If it's, I remember when they built, I believe it was Crooked Casuals down there, they used to hang the clothes, and used to run them on racks, and they were like 7 tiers high. And they said if there was ever a fire, it would be like a flash fire, it would be so quick.
Yeah,
They had to build a tank, and we couldn't supply them enough water through a 12-inch main. They had to increase the pressure from our 70 pounds to, I think it was 200 pounds on their
It
side.
depends on what you need, that was a multi-story building too.
Right.
though.
Yeah, that,
Oh, yeah.
thing is like
You
60 feet up. It's a-
You really just have to have whoever's designing that system figure out how many gallons you need,
yeah.
what pressure is, and.
They don't need all that
Make
now.
the difference in between.
Do you know what the pressure is down there at all, the flow test, or?
It's probably about 40, but when they did the flow test for the 40B, which was right around the corner,
Yeah,
it dangled right at 20 or less.
But how many gallons per minute was it flowing at when it went down to 20?
I just want to guess like 600, but I don't remember.
So if you only need 300, you're not gonna drop it. You can't drop the pressure on the hydrants further down the street to 10. They're not gonna let you get
Yeah.
away with that. You're gonna have to keep it up to say 30 or 40 or something like that. They're
Yeah.
gonna have a number. And so to keep it at 30 or 40, how many gallons per minute, you know, could you take out on the end where you wanna be?
right,
And then if you could get 200 gallons a minute and keep it up to the pressure that is required downstream, then, you know, all you have to do at that point is say, well, 200 gallons a minute is what I can get. You know, that's all I need
Is
to
that what I
support
need?
the sprinkler system.
Okay.
If they say, no, you need 300, now the engineers have got to figure out how you're gonna do that.
Okay, okay.
That's just all engineering.
So the town's not necessarily gonna deny me, but they're gonna say that I can't interrupt a certain,
Right, you
I'm
can't
on
drop our
pressure.
system below 20 PSI.
Yeah, period. That's
okay,
a,
that's it.
but beyond that, you drop us down to 20, if that still isn't enough pressure to, you know, if you drop us to 20, that 20 is probably not gonna feed your sprinkler system.
Yeah,
So
Your
you're
water-
gonna have to boost it again sometime. A lot of places they'll put a tank in and fill the tank, keep it there and
right,
pump out of the tank
that's,
instead.
yeah, that's my understanding, but,
But I mean, you just have to, they really have to look at just what you're gonna need,
okay,
compare it to what we got, and they'll have to figure out the best way. You know, 'cause if it was a shorter distance to a big main, it might be cheaper to upgrade our system, but we've got a long ways.
Yeah, all the way up to
That's
here.
all.
Yeah, that's all six the whole way. It'd be a huge amount of money to get that kind of water down there.
right, so, and we're not looking to move on this, you know, this is on purchase and sales and everything.
The other thing that you could do is get domestic from us and ask Brockton if they would
I was thinking that.
service you with sprinkler.
I was thinking about that,
They might, I don't know if they will,
yeah.
but if they would do that, that would help out, you know, because you're only gonna use the sprinkler if there's a fire. You're not
Right.
gonna use it, you're not gonna use any
And we're
water
not, we're
unless
not
there's a fire.
showering either, there's no showers in the school,
Yeah, it's just
no
bathrooms.
toilets.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, you know, we could supply you, we'd have enough water to supply you with a domestic. Not sure about water quality, it's a dead end. You know, it's not, you may have to put a filter system in or something,
Yeah.
but dead ends they're notorious for discolored water. You said you own the house down there, you
Yeah.
get good water?
Excellent,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
no problem, has never been a problem. And I talked to a couple of neighbors actually on either side of the entrance, and I talked to one that has a pool, and they said the water's been fine. You
Good.
know, no discoloration. I asked them about rust, is there any iron in it, and they said no.
Well, so we might be lucky down there.
Yeah, it's.
Might be luckier than we think.
No, but
Okay, so that's my next move, is really to figure out what I need, find out what the flow test would be to support what I need, and then have some kind of a plan.
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't have a problem giving you domestic, that's right with you guys, right?
Yeah.
We'll give you domestic, we gotta figure out the sprinkler.
Yeah, if they can work out your fire protection, that's fine too. I mean, it's not
Right,
that-
we'll give you fire
it's not an
protection
issue
if
as long
it's
as we can
feasible.
support it.
Okay, okay,
I mean, if you're duplicating a building, then somebody engineered the sprinkler system
Yeah.
in that. If you can go back to them and say, I'm doing the same building, how much for a flow test so that you can see
if it's
what
gonna
would
match
happen.
up.
Right.
Yeah, and they also told me, like you said, it depends on the building, is it brick, masonry, steel studs, so it can kind of change a little bit too with the design of the sprinkler system, what you're putting in it.
How long ago did you do the other building?
We just completed it.
Oh, so
October.
it's not like 5 years ago,
No,
they might have
no.
changed the regulations or
No,
something in
October
the
we
meantime.
completed it,
All right, yeah.
and,
So that should be a good comp to
yeah,
look at.
okay.
Okay,
And then they would set up a full test with you
With
guys?
us, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it?
okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Print orders.
Yeah, you can print, that's fine.
Yeah, so this meeting was helpful just because for the purchase and sales, if there was a major issue of even domestic, you know.
Yeah, the domestic for something like that shouldn't be an issue at all.
No, because you're gonna have maybe a kitchen, bathrooms, sinks, and that's it.
You have to dig up that driveway going in.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Okay.
You know, if you're gonna do all the rest of that,
Yeah, that's nothing. There'll be plenty of parking lot and asphalt to
Yeah.
be dug up
Yeah.
and put down.
Okay.
We know that's what's
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, very good.
Actually, can I grab a card?
Oh.
Or just a contact for a contact information?
Somebody decided to put 84 apartments.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay, I guess we finished up the new business, old business, office manager's contract. Do you still have a job, Terry?
I don't know, do I?
Did you get anything back from town hall?
Yeah, well, I told you at the last one, but somehow it didn't make the agenda, so we're back on the agenda again, somehow. They said it's okay, my math is fine, so they didn't have any issues with it.
And they didn't have any issues with Curry's?
Nope,
Okay.
and that's them with today's dates. I like remembered that at the last second to print them out.
And does your pay raises line up with what other
Yeah, 'cause
department
that-
heads are getting?
yeah, that was, because theirs were 3 years just like mine, that's, it, we duplicated their system. We didn't,
Didn't do something new.
right.
Do we still have to go through and do the goals and stuff?
At some point, yeah, we haven't made it to that year, I still have to exercise some gates and get them.
No,
the
we
correct
don't,
dates.
we don't have to do that at the time.
No, not
We get
today.
this, we can do
So you
that,
have plenty of time to figure out,
what we're gonna do the next time.
yeah.
I do need a motion for the minutes for both though.
I move we approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Do I have a second?
Was this for the minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Second.
Tom,
All in favor? Aye.
For the minutes or the agreement?
didn't you say the minutes?
For those, but
Well, I thought
need
you,
one for the minutes, I made the changes to it.
okay, I thought you said for the revised minutes, that's what that motion was for, but
Oh,
we can
okay.
do it for the.
Yep,
Oh, do we have to vote on approving this?
yeah.
Okay. Do I hear a motion
I
to?
move we approve, we have to do them separately?
Yeah,
Move we
you probably
approve
should.
Kerry's, the office manager's contract?
Do I hear a
Second.
second? All in favor? Aye.
This means
Issue.
superintendent.
Yeah, that was points.
And I'll make a motion that we approve the superintendent's contract.
Do I hear a second?
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You guys have to sign those, don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was supposed to go to Kerry before, right? You won't, you're the only one.
Yep.
Mhm.
Next thing on the agenda is the budget for 2021.
So it's in front of you, the town hall doesn't have all of their numbers, so I put in the previous years and they'll adjust them as,
Okay, so
We
you
get
still don't
closer.
know a total.
right.
So what I had Wayne do, if you go to the last page,
Yep.
subtotal operating budget. And this, let's see, no, what's the total budget? This, it should be a subtotal there too.
Totals
Subtotal.
here.
Did you do him a subtotal?
Total.
Yeah, they should all be the same, after.
I got a subtotal. He doesn't have a subtotal.
Didn't I just hand them out? No, you might have multiple copies at this point, that one,
This one? Not that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those.
He didn't get a subtotal
Those
either.
dates and times are in.
He's got a
Alright, I gotta
subtotal
move
this
this
one here, I'll
forward.
tell you.
Alright, cause I
This is
got
not-
tired of writing it over and over.
All right, yep, there's an extra subtotal there.
Yeah, there should be two subtotals down towards the bottom.
So the number that we gotta try to, we haven't got the complete number yet, because the town hall hasn't given us increases in
Yeah.
insurance and stuff like that. And are the unions all set with their pay raises? Are they in here?
So he told everybody, department heads, to forecast for 2, 2, and 2. No, nobody signed, and
Okay, but you put in 2?
But
Yeah.
that's the number we're using.
Yeah.
That's the number we're using for now. If it changes, we can always go back to another town meeting.
Yep.
well,
So-
he'd have to bring everybody back, so I don't think it's gonna change.
Yeah. So the 1843, see the 1843?
Is our operating?
That's our operating budget. So Kerry, did you, you just sent, I got a bill today, so you must have some more numbers for third quarter? Do you have 'em?
Oh, yeah, I haven't printed them out yet.
Oh, you haven't done?
No,
Okay. Do we need to do this budget this time?
No, well, town hall already has it, and I think if we meet, it'll be just in front of the selectmen. I mean, you can,
Okay, well,
We're not
we
going
need to-
up much on much of anything.
what I'm getting at here is Kerry only had the 2 quarters, and we just got the bills out, so she'll have the third quarter, we'll know.
Yeah.
the fourth quarter is pretty flat. These 2 quarters are like, they're the same, its usage is low.
But we had 2 more bills before the end, right?
No.
This bill and
No,
one
this
more.
bill
this
is
bill
one
and
more.
one more,
Yeah.
May 1st, yeah.
So, we've brought in 542, well, that's what the total, let's see, operating budget.
They're down. We didn't generate a lot of revenue across the first 2 quarters.
We're not selling enough water.
No, because it keeps, well, actually, it stopped raining now, but,
Yeah. But it's February.
yeah.
It still doesn't help
Nobody's
us
filling
much.
up their swimming pool right now.
But we need to look at, when Kerry gives us these numbers, we need to look at where we're at with the third quarter and see how close we are to that number that if we're budgeting 1,843,000.
Yep.
We're gonna have to guess at the last quarter based on 3 quarters that we'll be looking at and see how we're gonna stand. Make sure we're gonna make it.
And see what we need to adjust for the rates.
Yeah, and then we can look at what we brought in with system development fees, sprinkler fees, and we can look at the tank painting, Walnut Street tank. You don't have a subtotal underneath that.
That is it, that is the total.
Yeah, but.
That's that plus all
But,
that.
yeah, but you've gotta have a subtotal underneath there, we gotta add those 4 up.
Well, he should have one.
Right.
See right here?
Should say 279,623.
Right, it should say 279.
279.
Probably has one, it's just,
Just here, multiple
23.
ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, that, the 2,123,000, that's a total of all the bonds and everything with tank paintings, Walnut Street tank. But the operating budget through our water rates, that's the one that we've gotta raise to 1,843,000. And kinda eyeballing it, last time we were looking, we were gonna have to raise the water bill probably $5
Yeah.
per unit, per household or business, per quarter. $20 a year to make it. But we'll have a better idea once we get,
I just don't have all the reports, I just threw that together, but that's what the commitment will be.
oh, okay, that might help.
I just
Wait,
don't
what?
have it all together.
Yeah.
signed,
What do you
so-
come up with the grand total, the 3 million?
don't look at that, the bottom one, they do, I don't know what they do with that, they
Is
like
it
add
add
the
up
thing and
extra
divide it by
dollars?
2, it's, don't look at the bottom
So
one.
that's nothing.
Just
It's
go to
nothing.
4,500.
Which
Yeah.
one?
These numbers here. The
Yeah,
3 million.
That's a whole town.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with that, they
Yeah.
do something
The
strange
whole
with
town
that.
is 30 million, or 80 million, is it?
Yeah,
I don't know where this, I was just curious where it came from, that's all.
it's, when I look at the
It's a
columns,
bad
they
calculation.
add the thing twice and then divide it by 2, I don't understand why they do that.
Oh, I don't know.
So, but when I
That's
have,
usually the town, in the book, it's usually the whole budget.
The
for
whole town budget's
yeah, it's
what?
not, I had the whole, but I culled
80
this
million
out
or
of it,
something.
because that, it doesn't print
Yeah,
out
it's
right, it
something
prints out
in
in
the
3
front.
sheets and,
So really, our grand total's a line above.
yeah, that grand total thing means nothing. Where it says water department 4,500,
On all
That's
those,
us.
well, I guess on the first one, it's all right.
Well, it's right on it's right on the stuff that's
Yeah, it's
already been
right-
spent,
right,
it's no good on the
Yeah.
projected.
It's no good on the reports.
Wherever I tried to add in the subtotals, that's where it got skewed.
That's all right, as long as we know which one to look at.
Well, let's see how far off we are on these. Oh, we're up on the basic charges. How did we go up so high on that? 199.
No, because that has this tie,
That
no,
has-
there's something has
Oh.
to be taken out of it. It's
We
not
can't do
that.
that then, she's gotta take it out.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I have to give to the town, though, that's what she signs off.
Can we table this till next time? And we'll complete this sheet? Because we haven't got all the numbers from the town hall anyways.
Well, you're not gonna, so you're just voting on a preliminary, I don't know if you have to actually vote on it, it's what it is.
Are
I
we
can't
meeting
operate
before we
unless
meet
I
the
have
finance
it.
committee?
But it's what we're asking
I think
for
it's on
from
the holiday.
anyway.
When's our meeting with the finance
The
committee?
19th, oh, the 20th.
So you're gonna
is
meet
finance
right in
committee.
front of
Yeah,
it on
we're
the
meeting
18th.
So we're meeting before that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're gonna meet
Oh,
on,
we-
It's
meeting on a
The
Tuesday?
next meeting's a Tuesday, because the 17th is
Yep, it's a holiday again.
so you will meet in front of it.
Okay.
Because we can't really do much until we have the breakdown anyway.
Right.
So, without that.
So if you could do that for us, Kerry,
Mhm.
and we'll finish that sheet that we had going here. This one here, where is it? I just, here it is, right here. This one here, we'll finish that one, and we'll have a better idea. We'll guess at the fourth quarter and see if we do the same, if this was a bad year, if we have another bad year, just make sure we can make it. So, I'll make a motion that, I'll open it for a motion to table it for now, the budget.
Do we even have to? We just
Then after,
continue?
just continue
I
on.
mean, if we don't vote for it.
Okay. How about the revenue? Do you have anything that's on here? Nothing to add? Update on the replacement well?
So I met with the engineers on Thursday. They got back their thing from the engineer, the survey results. So we went out and we staked 2 spots for them to do test wells. They said that possibly this week that they might show up to do the test wells. I told them all week is good, come sooner than later.
Okay.
And I guess Patrick, I guess he's having some health issues, so we won't see him for a long time to come.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, they didn't say what, so I might send him an email and ask him how he's doing.
Yeah.
Are they giving you somebody new you haven't worked with before, to
Well,
kind of take
I've
his place,
seen-
or?
So one of the girls, I've seen her name on one of the projects, and the guy, I've seen his name on the projects. Of course, they're all about stomping for new work, and I'm like, no, I'm all set.
Yeah, you don't want to be too harsh about saying that, because you
Well, I
want to make
didn't,
sure
but-
you keep their attention too.
Yeah,
You
well,
it gets the better
Almost a
attention.
year and a half out on this project.
Yeah.
So they said we wouldn't be seeing Patrick for a while?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with them. They didn't say like a broken leg or a broken arm.
That's too bad. Update water permit.
So that's all in, we're just waiting on Mass DEP on that one.
Update on the water source.
And that's still waiting on the finishing of the
The water.
withdrawal permit.
And how about our replacement vehicle?
Alright, so the total cost, would be about $56,267. It has built-in contingency because the MHQ and Dejana both said that they can't give me a quote out till July, because they don't know if there'll be model year increases or not, so I built in contingencies. Currently, we have $17,194.36 in insurance refund from the van, so it looks like we'll borrow about $40,000 spread out over the 3 years, so it's already actually in the budget.
That's good.
Okay, good. Any questions on that one?
So we all fit it out the way you want, and
Yep.
Anybody got anything else that we can bring up at this meeting that be legal?
You can discuss anything, you can't vote on anything.
Do you have anything, Terry?
How's it going with the yellow water problem?
So as fast as I was telling you, I already knew we had done things to correct the problem, but the people see it behind it. It's the way, so once we had another, Station 4 came back online and I wasn't bringing water from Manley Street all the way over across town, the problem cured itself. It's not to say that I am gonna test everything. I need Station 2 up first because I do raw waters and treated waters out of the stations along with everything else when I test for the sequestering agent in it. They just pulled the fiber cable and he terminated it on Friday, so I just connected it up today and it's communicating. So tomorrow we'll backflush due diligence so I don't send dirt out into the system, and then we'll fire it up tomorrow. And if that's good, then I'm gonna call,
That's the station we just rebuilt.
no, that's running right now at 150 gallons a minute, because I don't wanna,
So this was Norman Ave we had the problem with?
yeah, when the fiber line got broke, it took this long, because Mike had to eat it, I gave him the dimensions for the fiber cable, and he ordered the previous cable, so he now owns a cable that doesn't work for us. And he had to order another cable the correct length, so it took that long to get the fiber cable in. We've been without it for about 3 months.
So where did it get run from, to and from?
So it runs from Station 1 all the way over to Station 2, but it's now
Just
buried.
between those two stations?
Yeah, but it's buried. It'll never have another hiccup again.
And you ran it in a different spot, I thought you said, too.
Yes, we did. We relocated it,
And
and
we
it's out of
haven't
sight.
been- And we haven't been getting more complaints. since
No,
that's
it all, as fast as I told you,
Well,
it was on the other side.
How did it get hit originally? I forget.
It didn't, well, originally, the first time it got hit was, it was on the drawings wrong, so we had no idea it was that close to the well. So when we were excavating the well for them to work on it, we found it.
So is it located now, or we have a new location?
Yep, oh no, we have located, we know exactly where it is.
It's on GIS and everything?
Yep, and I buried rebar along about every 10 or 20 feet with the pipe, so that if you have to go and find it, you can find it. That and the pull boxes, you're gonna have metal plates on top of them to protect them. They'll be buried, but to protect them, but to make it easy to locate them also.
How deep is the line you're in?
It's down 4 feet.
4
In
feet?
the part where we did it.
The
The
fiber optic
original,
cable, you ran down 4 feet?
yeah, I told them to just, but they, yeah. I mean, there was
Got
nothing in their way, so
over-enthusiastic.
it was easy for them to do. We just laid up the spoil pile on the side, so it was an easy thing. And it went really quick. But that's just the section that we replaced. Other than that, it's about 18 inches on it.
Yeah, as long as you got it located, good on GIS, so if we never need to find it.
Yep, no, it's in there.
Were you here when we laid that?
Not the original one.
Not the original one? Anything else?
Nothing else?
Okay, next meeting is
Tuesday, the 18th.
the 18th, Washington's birthday, so it won't be meeting on Monday, it'll be a Tuesday. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.